Kashmir is a region of great geographical, political, and cultural significance. Situated in the northern part of the Indian subcontinent, it has been at the center of a long-standing and contentious dispute between India, Pakistan, and China. This essay will delve into the history, geography, politics, and the ongoing conflict surrounding Kashmir in an attempt to provide a comprehensive overview of this complex and sensitive region. Geography of Kashmir. Kashmir is a land of breathtaking natural beauty and diverse landscapes. It is often referred to as paradise on earth due to its picturesque valleys, pristine lakes, and towering mountain ranges. The region is primarily located in the northernmost part of the Indian subcontinent and is divided into three distinct areas: Indian-administered Jammu and Kashmir. This region includes the territory of Jammu, the Kashmir Valley, and Ladakh. The Kashmir Valley is known for its lush green meadows and serene lakes, while Ladakh is characterized by its arid, high-altitude desert landscape. Jammu, on the other hand, has a more tropical climate. Pakistan-administered Azad Jammu and Kashmir, AK, and Gilgit-Baltistan. These territories, also known as Pakistan-administered Kashmir, are situated to the west and north of the Indian-administered part of Kashmir. AK is a self-governing administrative region, while it is directly administered by Pakistan. Aksai Chin. This area is administered by China and is located to the northeast of the Indian-administered region. It is a barren high-altitude plateau and has been a source of conflict between India and China. Kashmir's geography has played a significant role in shaping its history and politics. The region's strategic location amidst major powers like India, Pakistan, and China has made it a hotspot for geopolitical rivalries and territorial disputes. Historical background. The history of Kashmir is long and complex, marked by numerous dynasties, rulers, and external influences. The region's rich history can be divided into several key periods. Ancient and medieval periods. Kashmir was an important center of Hinduism and Buddhism during ancient and medieval times. It was ruled by various dynasties, including the Mauryas, Kushans, and Guptas. It also played a crucial role in the spread of Buddhism to Central Asia and Tibet. Muslim rule. In the 14th century, Islam was introduced to Kashmir, and Muslim dynasties such as the Chak rulers and the Mughals came to power. The Mughal Emperor Akbar is particularly known for his policy of religious tolerance in Kashmir, Sikh and Dogra rule. In the early 19th century, the Sikhs from Punjab annexed Kashmir. Later, it fell into the hands of the Dogra rulers under the suzerainty of the British Empire. This period marked the beginning of the region's association with modern India. Partition and conflict. The partition of British India in 1947 into India and Pakistan led to a critical turning point in Kashmir's history. The Maharaja of Kashmir, Hari Singh, initially sought to remain independent but eventually decided to accede to India, leading to the outbreak of the First India-Pakistan War over Kashmir. Ongoing conflict. Since 1947, Kashmir has been a flashpoint for conflict between India and Pakistan. The line of control, Lok, serves as a de facto border between the two countries in Kashmir, though both claim the entire region as their own. The conflict has resulted in several wars and continues to simmer with sporadic violence and human rights abuses. Political status and conflict. The political status of Kashmir remains one of the most contentious issues in South Asia. Several key developments and events have shaped the region's current political landscape. Instrument of Accession. In October 1947, Maharaja Hari Singh signed the Instrument of Accession, which allowed the Indian government to assume control over defense, foreign affairs, and communications in Jammu and Kashmir. This accession was conditional on a plebiscite, which was promised to determine the region's future. Article 370. Article 370 of the Indian Constitution granted special autonomy to Jammu and Kashmir. It allowed the state to have its own constitution, flag, and significant legislative independence. However, over the years, the Indian government eroded some of these special privileges. Article 35A. This provision added to the Indian constitution through a presidential order in 1954, gave the Jammu and Kashmir state legislature the power to define permanent residents and provide them with special rights and privileges. It was a source of controversy and debate within India. Armed conflict. The dispute over Kashmir led to armed conflict between India and Pakistan in 1947-48, 1965, and 1999 Kargil War. The line of control, though, was established as a ceasefire line in the 1972 Shimla Agreement. Insurgency and counterinsurgency. In the late 1980s, an armed insurgency erupted in the Kashmir Valley, with militant groups seeking either independence or accession to Pakistan. India responded with a massive military presence and counterinsurgency operations. Human rights concerns. The conflict in Kashmir has been marred by allegations of human rights abuses, including extrajudicial killings, disappearances, torture, and mass protests. Human rights organizations have called for accountability and justice. Recent developments. In August 2019, the Indian government, led by the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, took a controversial step by abrogating Article 370 and bifurcating the state into two union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. This move was met with criticism both domestically and internationally. International dimensions of the conflict. The conflict over Kashmir has not been limited to India and Pakistan. It has broader international implications. China's involvement. China claims a portion of Kashmir known as Aksai Chin, which it occupied during the Sino-Indian War of 1962. This has led to territorial disputes and occasional skirmishes between India and China. International mediation. Various international actors, including the United Nations, have attempted to mediate the Kashmir dispute over the years. However, no lasting solution has been reached, and the issue remains unresolved. Nuclear tensions. The India-Pakistan rivalry over Kashmir has added a dangerous dimension to South Asian security, as both countries possess nuclear weapons. Any escalation in the conflict could have catastrophic consequences. Cross-border terrorism. India has accused Pakistan of sponsoring and supporting militant groups in Kashmir, leading to allegations of state-sponsored terrorism and a cycle of violence. Humanitarian concerns. International human rights organizations and governments have raised concerns about the humanitarian situation in Kashmir, particularly in the context of restrictions on communication, movement, and allegations of abuse. Current situation and future prospects. As of my knowledge cutoff date in September 2021, the Kashmir conflict remained unresolved, and the region was in a state of political and military tension. India continued to maintain a heavy military presence in the region, and there were periodic incidents of violence and protests.